And we start with that tragic murder-suicide in Annandale, Virginia. This morning, Fairfax County Police confirmed former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax shot and killed his wife before killing himself. Thanks for joining us. I'm Annie Yu. We are following every angle of this story for you tonight, and we start with newly obtained audio from police dispatch moments after officers found one of their kids unharmed in the home.
I haven't cleared the house out yet, but I have the son with me downstairs. If units on scene could clear the house, husband's car is still in the driveway.
Direct units are out. Go ahead, clear the house. Subject's car is still going to be in the driveway.
941 Alpha, a couple of us are pulling up on scene. We'll all clear the house.
Police say it was one of the couple's children who called 911 around midnight. We've got team coverage for you tonight. Matt Gregory has a new reaction from Virginian politicians wondering what happened to a once promising politician. But we start with Matthew Torres live in the Camelot neighborhood on Guinevere Drive. Matthew, what are police saying may have led up to this?
Well, Annie, those are the questions that many of us, including neighbors, are really wanting to know right now, exactly what led up to this point. But police say and newly obtained court documents suggest that there have been a bitter divorce battle going on for months, with a trial set for next week. In fact, Justin Fairfax was ordered to leave his home by April 30th. Investigators are now looking at whether that escalating situation may have led to what happened here. You can tell here the scene is quite quiet. We have school buses dropping off kids right now, and police at this hour are still blocking off the home behind me. Police say the couple's teen son called 911 just after midnight. When officers arrived, they found Serena Fairfax shot. Investigators say Justin Fairfax is accused of shooting and killing his wife in the basement before going upstairs and taking his own life. Serena Fairfax was a local dentist, a graduate of VCU's School of Dentistry. In court documents filed just hours ago, she wrote that Justin Fairfax became withdrawn after leaving office in 2022 and failed to meet financial obligations, including paying for the mortgage and supporting their children. For neighbors, the violence here is hard to reconcile with, especially with what they thought they knew.
Certainly a fall from grace for a relatively high-profile family that seemingly had a lot of things going in their favor.
Just amazed, shocked, and because I knew them. Anything like this is upsetting, and then you think about the children, because their futures are big time changed.
I wish it had not happened, and I wish it can get back to normal and just calm springtime ahead and we can walk around here and just be at ease.
Justin Fairfax was a lieutenant governor from 2018 until 2022. During his time in office, it was clouded by sexual and rape allegations. And while he was never charged, that certainly impacted his political aspirations. And in those newly obtained court documents, his wife said that certainly has impacted him really years after those allegations. I'll explain more about that coming up at 5. Annie?
All right, Matthew, thank you so much. Just so tragic all around. Justin Fairfax's term as lieutenant governor started with promise in 2018. He was the second African-American to get elected to the executive branch of Virginia's state government. Our Matt Gregory has more on how Virginia politicians are reckoning with the tragedy. Matt.
Hey, Annie, many of us here in the D.C. region know Justin Fairfax as the former lieutenant governor. Many of us covered him, and several of the current Northern Virginia elected officials served with him in Richmond. Everyone seemed to be searching for answers to what became of the once promising politician.
Last Sunday.
In 2018, Justin Fairfax stood on the floor of the Virginia Senate, the second in charge of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
He was a very dignified lieutenant governor.
Serving in the chamber that day, Arlington County State Senator Barbara Favola. She's one of the many politicians grappling with this violent tragedy.
Aside to Justin, I never, ever would have expected or suspected. And it's just heartbreaking.
That's the sentiment from across Virginia politics, from Senator Mark Warner.
Unexpected, shocked, and for an awful lot of us that worked with Justin, he was an enormous talent.
To former Governor Ralph Northam saying this about his former deputy, quote, "My wife Pam and I are devastated by this heartbreaking news. I had the privilege of getting to know the Fairfaxes while our families served together. We're praying for Cameron, Carrie's, and the entire Fairfax family during this incredibly difficult time."
Justin Fairfax.
Justin Fairfax had a promising career that in 2019 seemed like he was on the cusp of becoming governor.
During that tenure, there was a scandal that unfortunately then Governor Northam dealt with. Justin's name was very quickly rising to be the next governor.
George Mason University political expert David Ramadan remembers in the same month the Northam scandal broke, not long after Fairfax dealt with one of his own.
Sexual assault accusations that came through, and then everybody backed off, even from the lieutenant governor.
Fairfax refused to resign, stayed in office, and was never charged. He ran for governor in 2021, but only received around 3% of the vote in the primary. Justin Fairfax never held public office again.
I regret the fact that I didn't get to know Justin better, actually.
This senseless, violent tragedy has some, like State Senator Barbara Favola, thinking about how they could have helped.
And my message to my friends is we really need to get to know each other. And we need to be there for each other when somebody is going through a personal crisis.
Matt Gregory, WUSA 9.